Hi, I'm Daniel Pasquel. I'm from Ecuador. I'm a musician, producer, composer, and I am based in La Increíble Sociedad Studios, which is a music production facility we have in Ecuador. I started by playing piano as a kid. I played piano for a couple of years, and then I switched to guitar, which is my main instrument, and I've been playing guitar ever since, which got me into having bands and being interested in music production. Um, since I was a teenager, pretty much. I really loved the idea of an album and the concept behind it, and it being the 90s, it wasn't as easy to know what was happening behind the scene. So it was a world that I was really interested in, which I couldn't get really into as a teenager in Ecuador. I decided to study audio engineering. I did that in a university in Ecuador, University of San Francisco, which has a Berkeley collaboration. And then I went to School of Audio Engineering in New York. I came back to Ecuador to work recording and playing and doing music production and engineering. And then I traveled to New York again to do a master's in music technology. I became interested in immersive audio because I was working on soundtracks for movies for a few years, which was really interesting to me. I was always interested in multi-channel audio, and that was a great opportunity to be working with multi-channel for movies, basically 5.1, which got me to work with Genelec. I started with a 5.1 system and recording soundtracks for movies. I did that for a bunch of years when there was a lot of film production in Ecuador, and that got me interested in it. When I had the opportunity to be in New York, virtual reality was really becoming a thing. It seemed to be a bigger thing that it ended up being. But that got me excited and interested in Ambisonics and different technologies for multi-channel and 360 audio production. So I built a small home theater with Atmos, and that got me really excited about it and got me thinking to make that 5.1 system into a full-blown Atmos system. These technologies in a country such as Ecuador is a really new thing, you know. We're the first country to have a Dolby Atmos studio. So personally for me it was, you know, like a challenge to know the technology, to be able to make it work, to calibrate it and have a system running perfectly. It is, you know, since you're running first in this race, you gotta open up the field. So I think that's a great opportunity to, you know, just show to people that we can do it, that it's a new technology that's available, that opens up new sonic opportunities, and it's just a new creative way of making music, of creating audio, which is really exciting, really new, and you can create from a completely different perspective, even from the start, not just mixing. So it's great. I think it's a great opportunity. I'm really glad that I'm able to be doing some of this in Ecuador, which at the same time has brought me closer to a native musical tradition, which is, you know, a bit of a coincidence and a weird way of, you know, merging new technology with ancestral culture and ancestral music and language. So for me, it has been an opportunity to look back into the Ecuadorian culture as much as to share new technologies and share a new perspective and way of doing things. So the system at the studio is a Genelec system, a 714 system. It's 80/40s for the main channels, left, center, and right. Same thing for the rear surrounds. For side surrounds and top channels, it's 80/30s and a 70/60 subwoofer. It's all being calibrated with SonarWorks. My approach, first, I'm a musician and composer, I will say. So that really opens up a new door, a new creative door, you know. So I think it's great to think an immersive production from the start, which is a great sort of approach, I think. I've been working with Ambisonics mainly because I was interested in virtual and augmented reality. It sets your mind on using the technology from the start. You know, just having a an idea and a conception of what you want to do from the start, from pre-production and from the recording studio, or even before that. Genelec represents, first, kind of like a respect for something that sounds good, for something that is usually at good studios. So first and foremost, it was that, this idea of like, all right, these monitors sound good. In a small country like Ecuador, it's usually hard to find, the latest technology or big brands, or to be able to have at your studio such and such equipment. So, and also be able to work with them by traveling and showing new technologies and showing what we're doing there in Ecuador. Networking through Genelec has been a great opportunity for me personally. So it represents more than good sound. It represents great opportunities. It represents great human qualities. It represents a full dedication to the full spectrum of what means to have a brand, to what means to create, and that is something I respect a lot, and something that really I value personally, and I can see is the right way of doing things. It is my first time in Finland. I love it. It's great. People are great. The factory is amazing. It's kind of, like a little dream come true. I never thought that I will be here. And it's great. I was just talking to a friend the other day, like, what would you say to your teenager version of yourself? Like, and I'm really glad that I could say, like, hey, yo, you're gonna be in Finland, looking at this, sharing these moments with great professionals, with great equipment, with people that are creating it. So it's been an amazing opportunity, and it's a beautiful country. I wish I could know more of it and travel a bit more.
That